I'm ready. Sorry. Hello, hello. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, bright hearts, and dear guests. My name is Sarthak, and I'll be your sergeant at arms for this meeting. Welcome to the ninth charter meeting of Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club. Applause. Now, that's a sad applause. So, what I'm going to do is let's have a applause game before we start, right? We have less crowd, so I'm guessing we need to compensate with some energy for that, right? So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. On the count of 4, give me a synchronized clap. And we'll go side by side. So when I say left, on the 1, 2, 3, 4, you clap. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the count of 4, you clap. Right? Be loud and try to do it together. All right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wrong. we'll go again. We'll go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Someone clap from here as well. Arna. We'll do once more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Now that we know how to clap, we get back in. I'll begin with telling you a bit about Toastmasters and the mission. So Toastmasters International is a non-profit educational organization that helps build confidence and leadership skills. It's founded in 1924 and headquartered in Englewood, Colorado. It has over 270,000 members across 14,000 clubs in 148 countries. At Bright Hearts, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members prepare and deliver speeches, respond to impromptu questions, and give and receive constructive feedback. This helps them build communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we start this meeting, I'll lay down some ground rules. So please turn off your mobile phones or at least put them in silent mode. I'll give you 5 seconds. All right, let's move on. As Toastmasters here, we believe that when you talk about sex, religion, and politics, these are controversial topics. So please be respectful and mindful. When a speaker is on stage, please do not crosstalk. And if you have to exit or go out, please wait till the applause happens. While coming on stage or leaving the stage, use this gap here. Do not use this side of the stage. I'll be sitting here with the mic. So whenever you come on stage, please collect the mics from me before you come and hand it over to me before you leave. With that, I would like to introduce the presiding officer for the day. She's a senior manager at the London Stock Exchange Group and has been a member of Toastmasters, I think, since forever now. She's been the district champion in the speech contest, table topic contest, and the district runner-up in the evaluation contests for the year 21-22. She has taken up 7 club officer roles multiple times and has also served as an area director in District 112 in New Zealand and finance manager of District 121 for the year 23-24. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Arundhati Basu.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sarthak. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Everybody is awake on a bright Saturday. My God, now that's a real test check of sleep. Okay, I do see we have some guests, so let's hear a little bit from them. Shall I ask you to please come on stage? Tell us your name, how you want to know about Toastmasters. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you. Is this on?
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Tell us your name and how you got to know about Toastmasters.
Okay. So I'm Vanilla. I've heard of Toastmasters before in my college club and office as well. But today I'm here with my friend. So this is my first experience with Toastmasters. I've never seen what happens here. So I was just curious and this is why I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vanilla, and welcome to Bright Hearts Toastmasters. And then we have a very exuberant Toastmaster from HSR Toastmasters who I think has come for the first time to our meeting. It's Toastmaster Angel. I know you'll get a lot of chance, but why don't you say a hello to the club first?
Good evening, everyone. So, I'm Angel, and as Arundhati mentioned, I have come from HSR Toastmasters, the sister club of Bright Hearts. And actually, this was my second time.
Oh, sorry, second.
I came to the club contest,
Oh,
first time
yeah.
role. Yeah. So, I'm very excited to see how the meeting unfolds here. And actually, this is also my first time being general evaluator. So, let's see how it goes. Very excited to be here.
Thank you so much, Angel. We can just tell her that she started the general evaluator the right way because she started it from the bright way at Bright Hearts Toastmasters. Very nice. So, like our Sergeant at Arms mentioned, Toastmasters is an international organization that helps individuals foster communication and leadership skills among thousands of clubs across the globe. Bright Hearts Toastmaster was a new and emerging. Now, I'd love to say we are an established club, aren't we? Bright Hearts will agree. But we have a long way to go. So one such club is Bright Hearts Toastmasters. And I'm very glad for all of y'all who came to this meeting today. Now, for all the Bright Hearts in the room, here comes my quick quiz on MOM. Let's see how many of y'all read all the hard work that Pranjal did to put our MOM together. So first question. There was an adjective that was used to describe the Bright Hearts whose picture came in the MOM. What was the adjective? You can open up the MOM in case you haven't. Very quickly, quick. What was the adjective used for the Pranjal? Let others read your hard work. Okay, who is going first? Let me see the first hand raised in the room. Yes, Ruchi. Jesty, that's right. Let's give Ruchi a round of applause. Okay, question 2. How many times was the word of the day used in last week's meeting? Yes, Neville. He's turning the page so fast. 15 times. That is correct. Okay, very nice. How many new members were inducted in last week's meeting? Priyansh. 3. Okay, Raful, who were the 3? Ooh. Now he's thinking. Okay, never mind. It was Abhishek, Tarun, and Madhur. Very good. So for all of you who haven't read the MOM, please make sure you read your MOMs every week. Pranjal puts in a lot of work to pull all of that together. Send her a lot of love and read the MOM. On that note, last week we did a lot of dancing, and for anybody who didn't dance has to dance today is the new rule. But today's theme is Lights, Camera, Action, which talks about movies. Growing up in the city of joy, Calcutta, I think one is very close to art and theatre. It almost runs in our DNA. So growing up, I watched a lot of theatre. I wasn't acting at all. I think I'm horrible at that. My face often gives the true picture. But I did watch a lot of theatre and eventually movies. I've always found the world of reel very fascinating because I think it really fosters that imaginative skills. It just ensures that all our imaginary buds are open. So for all the reasons of food and fandom that you might go to Calcutta for, theatre is another reason that you should also go to Calcutta for, make some of the best art films, right? Sarthak would agree. But today, I am so excited to see what our Toastmaster of the day will unfold in this world of reel, movies, and let's see what all will come our way. To do this, we've got this one Toastmaster who in the very first Bright Fest was so excited to showcase a dance on a Telugu song that I knew that movies run in his veins. That's how excited he is. But he's one Toastmaster who's climbing the ladder very progressively, who's been so active in the last several weeks, and we cannot feel any more proud of him. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sampreet Wari. All the best. Here's your mic. One minute, Sampreet. So, before Sampreet can get started, right, the movie director has to do something. So, before the general evaluator calls me out, before Sampreet starts the movie for this evening, I hereby open meeting. And all the best to you, Sampreet. Thank you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am Sampreet and I will be your Toastmaster of the day. Little brief about Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a non-profit organization which helps to build confidence and public speaking skills. It helps to develop our impromptu speaking. Actually, Toastmasters has around 14,000 clubs in over 128 countries. Let's go over the theme of our meeting. It's all about movies, guys. Before starting the meeting, I want to ask a quick question. How many of you like movies here? See, everyone. I think just like Arundhati said, movies are in our DNA. Indians, we love movies. So let's check our movie knowledge. Okay? The people who tells the correct answer, they are going to get delicious, tasty, India's best chocolate, Hajmola. Okay? So let's start the quiz. What is Ranbir Kapoor's latest movie? Anyone, please raise. Okay, please go. Yes, correct answer. In which movie Hrithik Roshan acted as a thief? Arundhati raised. Correct answer. Okay. So this question is for the people who are not from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana. Name any 3 Telugu movies.
Name any 3 Telugu movies?
Yeah.
Okay, then Varsha can try.
Yeah.
I know more many.
Okay. Yes. Okay, one. No, yeah.
It's a Malayalam. Can I do
Yeah, please.
Bahubali. Okay, 4.
Yes.
Pushpa.
Yeah.
1 and 2. Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yes. Yay. So, hey guys, I did not finish my quiz, okay? Okay, in which movie does Salman Khan does this step? Yeah, you. Yes.
Radhe.
No.
Wanted.
No.
Bharat.
No. Come on, guys. You, Vanilla. No. Okay, I think no one answered. Hey, it's famous step. Doing lunges. Okay, it is Kisi Ka Bhai, Kisi Ka Jaan. It became a
Kisi ka bhai, kisi
Okay.
ka jaan. Yeah.
So yeah.
Heard of it, never watched.
So this is how the meeting will be. We are going to have a lot of interaction. We'll have some funny observations in movies. We'll go through some hypothetical scenarios in movies. And we'll get to know our Toastmasters by their favorite movies. And yeah, let's go into our Toastmasters meeting. Basically, our Toastmasters meeting has 3 significant sections. One is prepared speeches. Prepared speeches, you can think of it as an Oscar movie, okay? Just like in any movie, how the cast and crew work so hard and prepare a well-structured, beautiful movie. Just like that, our speakers have worked so hard and they're going to premiere their speech here, walking on the red carpet. And this speech is basically will be from 5 to 7 minutes. And next is we have table topic speeches. This is basically, it will test our impromptu skills. You can think of this as you are watching a movie, but you don't know anything about that movie. You did not watch the trailer. You did not watch. You did not know who the actors are in the movie. You did not know what is the genre. It is basically you are just enjoying the experience. And next we have evaluations. Evaluations are like movie reviews. For any movie to be better, reviews play a very important role. Our evaluators provide a constructive feedback. They will point the highlights of the speakers of their speech, and they will point few areas where they need to work on. And by the end of the section, you are going to have a link where you, the members of Oscar committee, should vote and decide the winners. With that, let's go to the next section. Arundhati, can you? Yeah, our general evaluator, her favorite movie is Tamasha. I feel it is most underrated movie. It has like the best story structure, I feel. She likes this movie because it explains how we have to live the life. We have to live what we are passionate on. We don't need to act. Just we have to go with the work we are passionate on. I truly believe that. With that, let's have a huge round of applause for our general evaluator, Angel Gaul.
Good evening, everyone. As you all know, I am the general evaluator for today's meeting. And for the guests who are attending us for the first time, general evaluator is like the movie critic in the world of cinemas. Just like a movie critic watches a movie and then analyzes it and then comes with a review with the highlights and the things that could be better, I will be watching the entire meeting and coming up with my review towards the end of the meeting. So, sounds a lot, right? Evaluating, observing everything. Thankfully, I don't have to do it alone. I have a wonderful team with me comprising of the speech evaluators and a team of auxiliary role takers who will be helping me see that I do the job properly. The auxiliary role taker team comprises of the timer, the R counter, the grammarian, and the bluff master. So without wasting any more time, let me invite the first member of my crew, the timer. Now the timer is very important, as if today's meeting were a movie, they would have ensured that nobody overutilizes or underutilizes their screen time on stage. So to explain more about their role, please help me welcome the timer of the day, Bright Heart Abhishek Mishra.
Am I audible? Okay, lights, camera, action. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Abhishek, and tonight I am your directors of time management. Think of me as a person who is an editor in the movie studio. My job to ensure every scene stay crisp, profound, and most importantly, on the schedule. Just like in movies, every frame counts, right? Timing is everything in our speeches. As a timer, I will be keeping track of every performance. Oh, I mean speech. And give you cues when it's time to wrap up by using green, yellow, and red cards. Okay. So for prepared speeches, that should be of the length 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. Similarly, for table topics, speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Similarly, for individual evaluators, the judges, that should be of the length of 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, again, I will raise green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And again, at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. For today meeting, today we are not going to have any icebreaker speeches. And also, when the red card is shown, speaking for every 30 seconds, the bell will be ring. With that, I will present my report when called upon the general evaluator during the evaluation section. With this, I cut my speech and hand over the stage to the GE.
Thank you, Abhishek. Moving on to the second member of my crew. So before I introduce them, do you guys remember the Internet Explorer time? When we had to watch certain videos or movies and the buffering icon won't stop? So similarly, sometimes at stage, we buffer too. And to keep a count of that, my next crew member will help you do that. Please help me welcome the R counter of today, Bright Heart Tarun Joseph.
Good afternoon, Bright Hearts, Toastmasters, and my dear guests. I'm Tarun Joseph, and I will be the R counter for today. Now, for the guests, a little bit of introduction about what R counter does. You might have watched movies. Now we have gotten that fact straight. Now, how many of you have been peppered with advertisements in between movies? When was the last time that happened? Probably every time. That's more like it. Yes. So just like ads unnecessarily prolong your duration of the movies, doesn't add any substance or adds even more froth to the movies. In a similar way, there are a certain category or kinds of words that add very little value to your speech. We call them the CRPF words, where C stands for crutch words or crutch sounds. They are or they are also words like, you know, sometimes, etc. So that's one category of words that I'll be looking out for. Another one would be unnecessary repetitions, that is repetitive words. And the third category would be prolonged pauses that are unintentional. Probably you're gathering your thoughts and then you might end up taking a long pause without needing one. And the last would be filler words. That includes categories like so, you know, etc. So I'll be keeping a tab for each speaker that is going to come up here on stage of the usage of these words. And towards the end of the meeting, once the general evaluator calls me upon once again, I'll present my report. All the best to speakers, and we'll see you soon once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tarun. Moving on to the next crew member. Now, this role is similar to the editor of the script of a movie. That is, making sure that the English language is up to the mark. to explain more about their role, please help me welcome the grammarian of the day, Bright Heart, Usha Kumari.
Good eve- Good evening, Toastmasters, my fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. My name is Usha Kumari, and I'm a grammarian today. As rightly told by my colleague, that how important the script is for a movie, because the dialogues that are written have an impact for a lifetime. I believe there are so many dialogues which still are in our memory intact. So that is the importance of language, that is the importance of dialogues, that is the importance of script in any movie. So as a grammarian, I have two important tasks for today. One of the tasks is to introduce you all to the word of the day, which is profound, which simply means significance or intense. So I encourage every one of you to use this word to the fullest in today's meeting. One of the simple usage of this word that I could say is cinema has a profound impact in our society. The second task is to make sure that I listen to all the speakers carefully and keep a track of the usage of the language, and also seek for opportunities where a better phrase or a word could have been used to enhance the vocabulary. I'll come back with my report in the second half when called upon by my evaluator. Thank you all. All the best to the speakers.
Thank you so much, Usha. Now, the speech evaluators will be introduced by the TMOD. But before that, we have the last member of our crew, whose role reminds me of my father when I was a kid. Because after every movie I would watch with him, he'll ask me, "What did you learn?" Similarly, today, our bluff master will be seeing if all of you are listening actively. To explain more about their role, please help me welcome the bluff master of the day, Bright Heart Ruchi Jain.
Good evening, bright hearts, Toastmasters, and guests. I'm Ruchi, and my role is Bluff Master for today's meeting. Akshay asked me to do that. Now, for those of you who are wondering what this role entails, well, it entails a lot of direction and some misdirection. I will be listening to all the speakers who come and take the stage today and take down tidbits of information related to each content presented by them. I encourage everyone to listen carefully to those who take the stage. I will come in the end with a series of questions to judge whether you are listening. Some of it will be true, some of it will be false. Well, how many of you have bluffed your way in missing a lecture? Some of you, right? Well, today you can't. I am going to ensure whether you were listening or not. And I will come in the end with a series of questions. With that, I hand over the stage to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Ruchi, for that humorous introduction. That is the end of my crew. I'll be back with my report at the end of the meeting. Till then, all the best. Over to you, Tima.
Yeah. Let's go to the interesting stuff about the movies, okay? Let's see how the movies have evolved. Movies, yeah, movies. Yeah, movies initially started in the late 19th century. They were shot on kinetoscope. Wait a second, guys. Is this really interesting for you guys? I mean, who cares about how movies evolved? I think we are not attending any Kaun Banega Crorepati trivia or anything, right? The only, I mean, if you want to make note, just make note of kinetoscope and late 19th century because our bluff master might ask a question. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Yes, this is the interesting stuff. So the first movie, I have watched this 23 times, okay? It is all about lifting weights, growing muscles. Just a second, I know what you're thinking. If this guy talks about lifting weights for even one more time, I will kick him out of this group. I know. Message received, guys. I'll skip this slide also, okay? Let's go to the next slide. Okay, now. So we all love these three movies, right? But there is one common thing among these three movies. The first one is based upon what if toys have emotion? Second one, what if cars have emotion? The third one, what if emotions have emotion? I mean, by this point, I think Disney might release what if plants and fruits and vegetables have emotion. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that, but let's say what the vegans think after watching that movie. They cannot even eat their food properly. When they're eating their potato salad or anything, the potato might be crying, hey, I have a family, I have children, please don't eat me. I mean, some vegans might think, okay, let's see how far I can go with only oxygen. And the next thing they know, what if oxygen has emotion? That is the next movie. Yeah. Next. So let's see, since we are in this what if concept, this everyone knows Bahubali, right? Prabhas climbs up the mountain, imagining beautiful Tamanna. Just imagine, what if Tamanna is a 73-year-old lady walking with a stick? It would be like our Shivudu will be heartbroken and go back the same way he came down. And Ballal Deva would be still ruling Mahishmati. And poor Anushka would be still collecting sticks, waiting for his son. He's not coming, Anushka. He's happily married now in his tribe. Next slide. Yeah, let's go to our next evaluator. Our evaluator's favorite movie is Inception. He likes this movie because it talks about whether it asks a question whether we are really in a dream or reality. We might really be in a dream. And the worst thing is, we might be in some other's dream. Let's say we are in Arundhati's dream. I have just one request for Arundhati's subconscious mind. Please make me win a lottery ticket of 500 crores or 1,000 crores. Please, it is just a thought for you, Arundhati. Okay, now let's welcome our evaluator, the evaluator who spreads positivity with his beautiful smile, Neville Shah.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Pranjal. Toastmaster Pranjal is going to attempt her level 1 speech 2 today. And the purpose of this speech is to give a speech with a purpose. The speech should contain a well-defined structure and an underlying message, which should convey the purpose of the speech. And with that, I wish my target speaker all the best. And hand it over to Toastmaster.
Our next speaker, her favorite movie is Jab We Met and Hey Jawani Hai Diwani. Okay, I want to skip all the joke stuff and let's go to the speaker's introduction. So I asked a really dumb question. I asked her, what is the reason you like these movies? She said, of course, she's a real life embodiment of Kareena Kapoor in Jab We Met and Ranbir Kapoor in Hey Jawani Hai Diwani. She's a girl with full of energy. Pranjal Anand. Pranjal Anand, the weight behind the smile, the weight behind the smile, Pranjal Anand.
Once upon a time, there was a perfect family. A father, always smiling, bursting with energy, and ready with a joke for every occasion. A mother, graceful and kind. The heart that kept us all together. A perfect daughter, excelling in everything. Sports, academics, pride of the family. And a mischievous son, always up to something, keeping everyone on their toes. Every evening, they'd gather around the dinner table, laughter filling the air. They talked about their days, made weekend plans, and cherished life's simple joy. They were a picture-perfect family, framed in happiness, with no cracks in sight. But, like all dreams, it crumbled when I opened my eyes. A dream I clung to, hoping it would one day be real. But when I woke up, that perfect image shattered. My father, the heart of it all, the life of every party admired for his energy and humor, was in reality hiding a profound emptiness within. Behind his radiant smile lay a silent battle with clinical depression. It sounds strange, doesn't it? How could someone so full of life be depressed? We used to think the same. That's just how dad is. Always on the go, always doing more. But the more we looked, the more we saw, and what we found was far darker than we ever imagined. You see, for him, it manifested as this relentless need to stay busy, tirelessly fixing things, trying to outrun a pain far too heavy to confront. In public, he maintained his happy-go-lucky demeanor. But at home, the cracks began to show. The storm of his pain swept us all in its whirlwind. We learned to walk on eggshells, tiptoeing around his moods in an effort to keep a fragile peace intact, while the world beheld his smiles. Behind the scenes, we braced ourselves for the next outburst, the unpredictable storms we couldn't understand. Even the smallest mistake would set him off. His voice would rise, not out of anger, but sheer frustration. I vividly recall one evening with relatives around, and my brother, full of his usual mischief, was just being a kid. Suddenly, out of nowhere, my dad snapped. He slapped him in anger and locked him in the washroom. I stood there, stunned, thinking, what just happened right now? In that moment, it hit me. This wasn't just an overreaction. This was a man grappling with an invisible battle, and we were all caught in its crossfire. He wasn't angry. He was hurting. As his depression deepened, our family started to change. My mother, usually calm and composed, became drained. Her smiles grew thinner, her voice quieter. I, the perfect daughter, felt the crushing weight of expectations pressing down harder, and my brother's mischievous pranks and carefree attitude morphed into desperate attempts to distract from the tension none of us could escape. My father wasn't the quiet, withdrawn figure people associate with depression. Instead, he was hyperactive, demanding, always on the edge. His energy became frantic, his joy a mask. We were all lost, unsure of what was happening or how to help. It took us far too long to understand. We were crumbling, even as we maintained the facade of normalcy. You know, countless families conceal their mental health struggles behind perfect smiles, cheerful photos, and happy facades. We don't realize until it unravels right in front of us. Until it's almost too late. Depression, anxiety, loneliness, they don't announce themselves with loud alarms. They seep into our lives quietly, unnoticed, until one day, everything that seemed fine isn't. We talk about mental health in abstract terms, quotes, statistics, social media posts. But do we really understand its reality? Do we recognize the family suffering in silence, or do we just pretend everything is fine? How often do we dismiss these struggles with, it's all just in your head, kuch nahi, bas thoda sa stress hoga, it's all fine. We might have accepted mental health in theory, but we are far from embracing it in practice. Let's pause for a moment. I want to ask you a few questions. Have you ever smiled through pain, hiding it even from your own self? Do you truly understand when someone with these struggles is experiencing? Or, if a loved one is struggling silently, would you recognize the signs or know how to support them? Because I couldn't, not at first. But when I grasped the gravity of the situation, I took action. I immersed myself in understanding mental health through books, discussion with psychologists, and my own therapy. My goal was to comprehend not just the symptoms, but the depth of what my father was experiencing. Eventually, we created a supportive home environment, a place for open conversations filled with understanding, openness, and patience. It wasn't an overnight transformation. There were many tough days, but we kept moving forward. It was challenging, but ultimately, it was worth it. Mental health is a long battle, but it's one we don't have to fight alone. With empathy and action, we can turn awareness into true healing. By embracing ourselves, engaging in true conversations, educating ourselves, and supporting our loved ones with empathy, we can heal not just individuals, but entire families. The story is mine, the dream is mine, but the lesson, I hope, becomes yours. Thank you.
Inspiring story by Anand, Pranjal Anand. It takes real guts to share the vulnerable side of our life. Let's go to the next section. Yeah, our next movie is Titanic. Everyone watched Titanic. It has amazing story, top-notch actors. Everything is really good. But the one thing that bothers me about this movie is how they treated bachelor men. I mean, when the ship is sinking, they first allowed children, okay. They next allowed women to go into their lifeboats, okay. The next they allowed family men. I mean, when do bachelor men get their chance? I think by the time our turn comes up, every lifeboat will be completely occupied, and the only choice we have is to just watch these guys perform their violin and enjoy the sinking ship. I mean, just look at Jack. He sacrificed himself for Rose. Look how nice we are. At least we deserve one lifeboat. I can assure you that we'll have more survivors than any other lifeboat. Next slide. Yeah, Batman. You know, Batman is a detective. But you know, he's the most difficult puzzle he could not able to solve. It is, no, it is Rachel Dawes. I mean, at the beginning of the movie, she says, I don't know who you are. The Bruce Wayne I know is completely disappeared. The Bruce Wayne completely changes himself, turns into a vigilante, and saves the entire Gotham City. By the end of the movie, the same Rachel Dawes will say, you know what she'll say? She'll say the same thing. I don't know who you are a Batman now. I mean, Batman does not get a break. Next. Okay, since we are in a Batman universe, how many of you are fan of Joker? What is wrong with him? He's a psychopath. Huh? I was really fascinated about this character also. I wanted to know his origin story. When I got to know that they are releasing a story, origin story of Joker, I was very excited. I booked the best seat in the best theater. After watching the movie, I noticed few things. Joker lives alone. He hates his job. He does not have a girlfriend. That is basically my life. They took a movie about my life. I mean, I'm telling you guys, I'm maybe a 2 or 3 scenes away with my manager to become a Joker. Maybe I'll enter in his cabin saying, "Why so serious?" Next slide. Yeah, our next evaluators, favorite movie is Hey Jawani Hai Diwani. She likes this movie because it talks about human emotions, getting out of comfort zone, living to our fullest. And she particularly likes this scene, which I truly accept that. Let's give it up for Varsha Yadav.
Good evening, Toastmasters, bright hearts, and my dear guests. Just like how a movie is tied with a theme or a genre, today my target speaker, Ishan Shetty, will be tying his speech around a purpose. That brings me to the purpose of his project. He will be attempting his level 1 and project number 2, which is writing a speech with a purpose. The purpose of this project is to learn and review the basic structure of speech writing with a defined purpose and deliver a well-organized speech around this topic. With this, I wish him all the very best. All the best. Over to Timur. Thank you.
Our speaker number 2, his favorite movie is Dole. I think I'm the only person I did not watch this movie. I'm adding to the most important to-do list of my next weekend plan. Okay. Let's welcome our stylish member of Bright Hearts, Ishan Shetty. Ishan Shetty, showing up is the half the battle won. Showing up is half the battle won. Ishan Shetty.
This Saturday morning, just yesterday, I texted Arundhati. The reason for that was I told her I won't be able to attend my speech on Sunday. She called me a few hours later and we spoke on the phone. So the reason for this was 3 months back, I recently quit my job. And since then, I've been working on something of my own. With me and my small team, we have been tied up with a lot of work. And because of this, it's a lot on our plate for few people. Due to this fact, I didn't have much time to do anything apart from work. I explained the same to Arundhati, and she told me, just come, just turn up, do whatever you can, and it's all right. During that conversation, one thing hit me. I realized that I am the one who joined Toastmasters. I'm the one who picked this speech slot. And I'm also the one who signed up for all of this work. If that is the case, why can't I take responsibility and just turn up? It's okay, even if I cannot speak here. Just standing here will be a win for me, knowing where I am. I'll take you guys back 16 years. Imagine a small Ishan, 10 years old. This Ishan used to cry every single evening at 6:30 p.m. The reason for this was he had his karate classes at 7. Now, the problem with my karate classes were the coaches. They were really bad. So they used to scold me a lot. They used to beat us now and then. And they used to say all kinds of things that young kids didn't want to hear. It was a really harsh environment back then. Now, while this was there, I told it to my mom. And my mom, who had observed me, she knew that, okay, there are few trainings like this which are hard, but it's all right. My kid will learn some lifelong lessons. And that is why she used to force me every single day to do this. Now, my mom is a really adamant female, and no one can tell her no. This was one reason why I had to turn up every single day, even though I didn't want to. Now, it's not as if I didn't want to. I could just tell her, no, I don't want to show up, but I had to stay home. And that meant I had to get beatings from her. So that's the reason I really had to go and spend time there. Now, while I started that, along with me, my cousins and some of my friends also joined. Over a period, most of them left, and I did this for almost 6 years. At the end of 6 years, I didn't have anyone who started along with me. At the end of 6 years, I also won a lot of accolades. At the end of it, I had almost 12 international and national level medals, and I had represented India on 3 occasions. Now, the only reason why this happened was because my mom forced me every single day to go there. I didn't have any special skills. There was no magic formula. It was just showing up and pure consistency. That was all. While I hated it back then, I have a ton of learnings now that I stand here and speak in front of you guys. I really understood the power of consistency, and I understood the fact that you can be someone who's zero at a skill, but if put enough time and effort, you can really become a master at it someday. Now, the reason I share this with you guys is that when we are kids, we have these external factors like our parents, exams at the end of the month, etc., that actually make us show up and be consistent. As we grow up, such factors start reducing. This is when internal factors that actually help us push ourselves and eventually show up, which leads to consistency, become extremely important. I believe this is the single most factor that helps anyone get better at what they do. I'm sure speakers like Arundhati will attest to the fact that just being on stage and speaking is the main reason why speakers actually become better. While I really didn't prepare for this speech, in fact, I was writing this while I came home here. But the fact that I turned up is really the reason why I think I'm all right. I know for a fact that I'm not a great public speaker at the moment, but with these learnings, I'm sure putting in enough time, I'll get great at it. Thank you.
Amazing speech by Ishan Shetty. It shows his true resilience and hard work for keep showing up for any of the tasks in his life. Let's go to our next section. Yeah, the next movie is Matrix. So basically, this movie revolves around the concept of we are living in a simulated world. Like we are living in a video game and some other guy is controlling us. If that is the case, I'm telling you guys, the guy who is controlling me is completely drunk or a psychopath. Because he's always pressing the wrong button at the wrong time. I mean, why he's doing that to me, I don't know. Let's say I have a lot of work to do. I have to complete it. But this guy will press a button saying I have to watch movies. I have to listen music. And then, let's say I have met a girl. I know she'll break my heart. This guy will say, talk to her, text her. He's smashing that button. I don't know why he's doing like this to me. I mean, why can't he press a button where I could get a Lamborghini or a Ferrari? I don't know. Next. Okay, horror movies in general. Basically, I watched a lot of horror movies. I can tell how the horror movies will go. When a group of friends visits a haunted house, the guy who thinks he knows everything, he will die first. And just for the sake of jump scares, 2 people will die. And the guy who investigates sound, he will die next. And the person who you think like she has zero survival instincts, that is the person who survives the horror movie. I don't know, when it comes to this character, ghost will become very dumb. It will chase with average human speed. Something will happen to the ghost. Like this is how every horror movie goes. So our next evaluator, Chandra, his favorite movie is Bahubali. I mean, it has beautiful visuals. It is pride of Indian cinema. I think that is the reason he likes that movie. Let's welcome Chandra.
The third speaker and my target speaker is attempting the most important projects in public speaking. She's attempting this project from the path engaging humor. The timing of this project is 5 to 7 minutes. The project is introduction to vocal variety and body language. So she has to actually deliver a speech and enhance and use the body language and vocal variety and deliver a speech and a message to all of us. All the way to the speaker, and time out to know it's 5 to 7 minutes.
Our next speaker, her favorite movie is Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. We all have that beautiful memories with our friends going on a trip. She basically liked this movie because it's very funny. It teaches we have to enjoy our life the way it is. Let's welcome our speaker number 3, the only teen in our bright hearts, the girl with a charming smile, Arna Gupta. Arna Gupta, profound findings are crafted, Arna Gupta.
Who here has been hit with a sense of inspiration unexpectedly when they were about to go to sleep? Just at the time when it's the most inappropriate, but also convenient enough that you don't have to do anything just then. Good evening, Toastmasters, Bright Hearts, and guests. Today, I would like to report back my findings of the result of such a drastic decision taken in this optimistic haze. I decided to sign up for a 10K on my 19th birthday. Birthdays, like New Year's and new semesters, are times for this hopeless resolutions. But unfortunately for me, this time I had followed through and actually entered my name and paid 1,000 rupees. Then, in normal human fashion, I procrastinated for the next 2 weeks out of the 3 weeks I had to prepare. When I finally did go for a run 7 days before, I was hit. My little sense of accomplishment was dwarfed by the regret I felt. I should have done this 3 weeks ago. I should have known better. Then, fortunately, as I had a conversation with a friend, Kavi, I talked about it and realized that rethought this, I should have known this, to I know it now. This was my first profound finding. I know it now, so it doesn't matter that I didn't know it then. This helped me continue my progress. As I practiced for 3 sessions, I realized that this Pinkathon was very important to me. Not only because it had pink in the name, which is my favorite color, but also I ran this marathon with my mother 10 years ago when I was 9 in Delhi. This marathon is hosted annually in many cities across the world, and their purpose is breast cancer awareness, which is a cause very close to my heart. I lost a grandmother, my nani, to breast cancer. So I really wanted to do my best. But unfortunately, I've never been able to make running a habit. So I was struggling to keep the consistency going. with encouragement from my mother and 3 completed sessions and this budding feeling that maybe I'm capable of doing this 10K, I moved forward. I realized my second profound truth, which is that I shouldn't carry old feelings into new experiences. Carrying old feelings is like trying to run with both your legs in a sack. The most you can do is hop, dropping along the way because you can't keep your balance. Hence, I found it very important that I should approach this new experience with a new sense of excitement. Finally, the day of the run came. I tied my hair into a high pony. I put on my bib. I tied my shoes in a double knot, 10K, and got to the start line. I was exhilarated as the countdown went up and Cubbon Park was flooded in a sea of pink t-shirts. The first few kilometers went easy. The energy was contagious after all. Then, as soon as I hit the 4th kilometer mark, all the exhaustion from the first 3 kilometers seeped into my body. And every step became way harder. And it felt like forever. Even though in actuality, it was like 20 minutes. When I hit the 7th kilometer mark, the last 3 kilometers felt like soaring. Even though my pace barely rivaled a trotting horse. I was like, but it is what matters is in here, right? The heart, right? Bright hearts. I made it through. And this is where I realized my third. Because as I checked my tracker on the 9th kilometer, I was pacing myself and hyping myself up to run the last kilometer. And then I saw a board in the corner through my shaking glasses, which said 10 kilometers, and this could not possibly be right. Finishing line. I collected myself, made a beeline, ensuring that my finish timing was 1 hour, 23 minutes and 43 seconds, and not 1 hour, 23 minutes for 54 seconds. As I crossed the finish line, I was confounded at the scene I saw. So many people in pink, panting, with their butts out and hands on their knees. And here I was ready to run another kilometer. This is where I found my third profound finding, which was that sometimes, I never know, I might have already done the last kilometer, the 10th kilometer. Dear Bright Hearts, Toastmasters and guests, my point is to remind you that these profound sayings that I mentioned were all in I. First, I shouldn't carry old feelings into new experiences. I should not have, I should realize that I know the thing now and shouldn't blame myself for not knowing it before. And thirdly, I never know, I might have already done the 10th kilometer. There are other ways of saying these things, like you never know, it gets done before you know it. But profound findings aren't some external thing that you go and collect. They aren't gleaned from passages or speeches or even ones as awesome as mine. You need to go, and it's hard fought and hard won. I hope you all do that. Thank you.
Amazing speech by Arna. Congratulations on completing your 10K run. Even I ask a lot of questions when I'm running. And the most important question I'll ask to myself is, why the hell am I running? Next slide. Okay, guys. Now, the members of Oscar committee, you have the chance to decide the winner. Please go to this website and vote for the best speech. Thanks. Is that the part we are? Yeah.
30 seconds more.
Let's take a short break. Let's have beautiful, delicious samosas and come back at 5:20. Thank you.
Yes, I did. I'll write more when you go back on stage.
Yes. So in conclusion, I feel movies, by watching movies, we learn many things. We learn a lot of values. We learn a lot of good relationships, human relationships. We learn a lot of things by watching movies. Just as an example, this guy learned how to escape from a crime just by watching movies. I'm not saying you can commit crime just by watching movies, but what I'm trying to say is we all have that one movie, one scene, or one particular song that truly inspires us and creates a butterfly effect and turns the persons that we are now. I truly believe that. With that, we'll go to the next section. Our table topic master, Roful's favorite movie is Three Idiots. We all have our idiots in our college life. That's what makes our college life so interesting. So our table topic master loves this movie because it tells us about what is the true meaning of education and going with our true values. With that, let's have a huge round of applause for our table topic master, Raful.
Light, camera, action. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. So now it's time for table topic. Let me ask you a question. How many of you have ever dreamed of being in a movie scene? Okay. So there you need to think on your own feet and deliver a perfect line and steal the show. That's what the table topic is all about. Learning to think quickly and delivering confidently and shining under pressure. Life rarely gives us a script, but it does give us an opportunity to express ourselves, whether answering a question in an interview or charming your way in dinner. Table topics makes you stay in a moment in your spotlight. And the best part of it is both member and guests can participate. So guests, it's your turn to show your charming in the spotlight. And here is how it works. I'll first call an experienced Toastmaster to come on stage and pick the chits, which I have. On a given topic, you have to speak for minimum 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, timer will raise the green card. At 1.5 minutes, timer will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, timer will raise the red card. Now, there is just mystery in this. Once you'll pick the chat, if there is a topic, you have to speak on that particular topic. If there is a written wild card, then you have to pick 2 chats. On one topic, you have to speak. And for the other topic, you can pick anyone from the crowd and ask them to speak. So, and I encourage all of you to use word of the day, profound. So let's make this table topic section profound. Okay. So any member who want to volunteer first? Member? Yeah. You can come. Pragati. You can pick, take the mic. You can pick anyone.
Wild
Just
card.
wild.
I've got the wild card.
Okay, pick 2 more. Okay. So Pragati, if you could be in a movie, which one? If you could be in a movie, which one? Pragati.
Okay, so this is a weird question. How many of you always wanted to rob a bank? Okay, a lot of criminals out here, huh? Right. So my topic, which movie scene I would want to be in, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, would be Ocean's 11. It's such a fantastic movie, I tell you. Like, imagine George Clooney, Brad Pitt, working with them, working in a team and knowing where to go and rob a casino. Oh my God. I know, it's also the same thing as a bank, you know. They have a lot more money than a bank sometimes. And why? Because the action, the thrill, the action basically, because, you know, plotting a scene, making a whole new idea of who's doing what. It's like teamwork, guys. And then rejoicing the money. And we always know George Clooney will work things out, right? That's it. Thank you.
So, you can pick anyone.
Since you're raising your hand.
That was great. So Subhas. Topic. Subhas, what is the best movie scene you remember? What is the best movie scene you remember, Subhas?
Thank you. This was post my. This is actually when I was completing college, and I was going to a media college. And then they were talking about matte painting and graphics and animation, or probably cinematography. It fascinated me a lot in terms of making of that movie. And there are many scenes if I have to tackle this topic. But now if I got asked on what is that one good scene, what is that one good movie that that I can describe right now, it could be somewhere in terms of an Inception, or it could be Dark Knight.
such movies are really nice. They're all done in a blue screen or in a studio in the blue screen. But what goes behind that is the making of it. Just the cinematography or the editing part of it. When you actually see such a marvel in a movie theater with great sound, you will really enjoy it. But you will realize that they're actually shooting in a studio which has all blue screens. But when you come out after the success of the movie, you will see a lot of layers layered up from the background to the foreground of the actors. At least 8 to 9 layers have been fusioned up or added up to get a good scene. It could be the nature, it could be the hills, or it could be the smoke, or it could be anything. If I have to add upon, or it could be a blast if you are creating a blast for that scene. That's the fun of making the movie, and I've seen such scenes everywhere. That's how you should enjoy, and why such movies are really done so well. Good.
Thank you, Suvas. So I remember a movie scene from Three Idiots where they were interviewer were asking to the people that kitna salary loge. So that was great. Guest who want to volunteer? Yeah. So name?
Vinshu.
You can put. Okay. So Twinshu,
Twinshu.
what movie makes you feel happy every time? What movie makes you feel happy every time? Twinshu.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Twinshu, and here I am presenting table topic. And my topic is what movie makes me happy every time. So there are a lot of kind of genre of movies we have. I think it's infinite. But the movie that I most like is comedy movies. And because comedy movies are like you feel enjoy, you feel in good mood every time you watch, and it's like you laugh from inside to the 100% you could. So the movie that I like and I watch every time is, if you think of a meme, Paisa Hi Paisa Hoga, like that movie. Where every time if I scroll my YouTube section, so I see some of the movie scenes, and if we sit with my friends, we love to watch if we do not have anything to do. So this is the movie. The movie name is Hera Fairy, and there are a lot of movies like this, Dhol, Chup Chup Ke, and a lot of comedy movies as well. But yeah, one instance, or apart from this, the topic I want to tell you about is I first booked there was some holiday because of some reason. I booked a Gold movie. The movie name is Gold, and it was kind of a sports genre movie where people play hockey, and Akshay Kumar is used to create team. And this was like, I booked the movie and we went to cinema hall, we sat, but someone came to us and told, this is my seat. And we checked in my seat, checked my ticket. I said, it's our. But then he told me, this is for tomorrow's. It's not for today. Then this happened, and I talked to manager that if could happen, if it's possible that we could see today. So we took, he told us it's not possible and we had to buy another ticket as well. So first day I went with mother, and the second day I talked to my father and if he can come half day to watch with me. And I again went by bus to 30 kilometers and watched the same movie again next day. So this was my good kind of a different experience of watching movies, going to cinema. Thank you.
Nice. Nice, Quinchu, for sharing your experience. Who want to volunteer next? Yeah, can come. Perfect. Okay. Money, what is your favorite movie and why? What is your favorite movie and why? Money.
Have you ever thought that there will be a movie which will satisfy the children's, the parents, and the grandparents? Have you ever thought of it?
Yes. No.
Yeah. From that perspective, that's where I could able to find one of the movie. How many times I watch, you will never feel that it's a boredom, because of the beautiful narration, how the director had made it. It is a true story of every family, how it happens. If I am a spoiler of that story, the movie goes like this. Always father wants to give his best to his son. From the childhood to the teenage, and even that he has become a matured enough college graduate, his father wants to tell each and everything. Even right from how much size of piece dosa he has to eat, which coin he has to hit during the caroms, from that stage. Where the son was not at all happy what his father is giving. It was double or even triple than what he wants. Even the dress he chooses. But the son expressed in that shopping mall about the shirt that he torn it away and shit and kept it down, and he stepped on it saying that I don't want to be in this life, that somebody else is judging about my dress, how I want to be, though it is his father. But he dared himself to tell one thing to his father about his love story. And he convinced his father that he wants to bring a girl to the home and judge based on the 7 days if you like the girl or not. With that dare attempt, he made it and he was successful. Do you think that's the end of story? Not at all. Same thing, the girl's father also raised a request that if I have to give this boy to my girl, then I have to screen him for 7 days in my home. So both together, that's the title of the story or the movie is Bommarillu, which is of Telugu movie. I request everyone to watch and get back to you how you felt it. With that, back to your TTM.
Oh, nice. Nice, Money. I have watched, I think, Saramaya Vastavaya, right? Great. I hope you all enjoyed this table topic section. So over to general evaluation.
Good evening once again. Now, to start the evaluation section, let me call upon the evaluators on the stage. So, please help me welcome evaluator number 1 for today's meeting, Neville Shah.
Smile can hide several emotions. it can weigh you down. And today, as Toastmaster Pranjal is brightly smiling at the back, shared her story skillfully and unraveled what a smile can hide. We all felt the message, the weight a smile can have. And with that, I would like to share the highlights of her speech with a smile. This S stands for structure. Structure where she started a story with a suspenseful and painted a picture of a picture perfect family, and then made a twist that that's her dream. And then she moved on to describe her family and her father, who had a bright smile, but the weight he carried behind that smile. And she ended with a bright message of how empathy and communication can help someone from depression too. And all of us can make a difference. So that was the message, M in the smile. And she created an impact in our lives with the message she shared with us, with profound usage of language, such as tiptoeing around the stage, or her father being frustrated, or the mischievous kid. She used anecdotes in her speech to enhance her speech further. And with the use of expression of smiling or the mischievous kid, she had a major impact with a smile, with all this content as the highlight of her speech. Now, I would like to give a few suggestions which can make the speech even better. When you said your father was hurting, and when somebody from your family had visited home, you could have built on that story like, my family members have come, but my mischievous brother shooting guns, yeah. And suddenly my father becomes angry. Why are you doing this? And in that moment, you could have talked to him, communicated and sat with him and let him express his emotions like, Dad, you can talk to us. We understand that you're hurting from within. You could have slowed down and created that impact of pause and storytelling. That way, the audience could have grasped the message and the content much better. You had a great content with a smile, structure, message, impact, language, and expression. With some pauses and building on the beautiful story you had, you could have created a bigger impact in everybody's lives and made your speech a bit more purposeful and with a greater impact. Over to you, Chandran.
Thank you so much, Neville. Now, let me call upon the second evaluator of today to evaluate the speech of Bright Heart Ishan, Toastmaster Varsha on stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Angels. Good evening, Toastmasters, Bright Hearts, and my dear guests. And a special good evening to my target speaker, Ishan Shetty. Ishan, you gave a very relatable and a speech with impactful purpose. That is, showing up is half the battle won. It reminded me of my times when I broke my monotonous routine by just turning up into cult dance classes. It rekindled my passion for dance once again. I believed your story. I have some couple of highlights from your speech. That is like your speech had a well-defined purpose and perfectly tied to the title. That is, and it also kept me hooked till the end as you showcase some great storytelling skills. The second item is that you had a very personalized aspect when you talked about your conversation with Arundhati and how she told you to just show up even if from your busy schedule of owning up your own company. And you made it even more, you made the message even more impactful, effective. And when it is also relatable because when you talked about that while growing up, we sometimes don't keep at it. So just by showing up, we can win half the battle. Also, you gave the speech with great confidence on the stage and had a great eye contact throughout your speech. Here are some couple of points to remember for your next speech. While you had a very great structure, good structure with good intro, body, and conclusion, I think that you forgot to address the audience. Also, sometimes I found that you clutched your hands like this, and sometimes like this, but majority of times they were like this. What you can do, you were also trying to do sometimes like this also. And this is a better and a more appropriate one way to keep your hands. And probably you were also like doing this and that. That is okay, but just be mindful of your hands and not clutch them like this. But even if you were doing that, you showed great confidence. You didn't seem nervous that time. The third point to remember is to be. You have a very pleasant smiling face throughout the. You had a very pleasant smiling face throughout the speech. What you can do, you can show more emotions in in some areas when you were talking about the karate instructor whom you didn't like, or when you won the accolades. With this, I have one highlight to show. With this, I conclude my speech by telling that you showed us how one can go from zero to a hero. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Varsha. Now it is time to call upon the third evaluator on the stage, Toastmaster Subhash.
Today I'm going to evaluate Toastmaster Aruna's most important speech from the engaging humor path. It's about the body language and the vocal variety usage. Excelled well in the volume, the pitch, and the rate while actually delivering the message. Was also excellent in the gestures by showing up the lace or being ready for the marathon. You enforce certain words like reality wants to do, I really want to do my best. That command was also there. So, and this is what I would love to say. These are the highlights of your speech. But what are the things that you could challenge yourself? As a public speaker, the best challenge I could give you, which helps you a lot when you're actually speaking on stage for a long time, is to stand like this on the shoulder level and turn this way and talk to people for a longer time. Rather than having a weak stance, you will actually face a lot of challenges while speaking. There was a lot of emotions going on within you, and you were actually sharing that emotions to all of us. You were sharing those feelings. That was really nice. But there's also an opportunity for you to have a role play, probably to have another person, and you could play a role. You can have a conversation on stage. But for the speech, it was really perfect. There are certain places where you could improve yourself by adding certain facial expressions, probably in the end of your speech. Looking at all the skills of this project, where I saw the places where I saw is that the stance, facial expressions, and expressiveness are the things where you could improve upon. the best point of your speech was when you shared the most memorable incident of your life. And when you're delivering the speech, for this part, I felt the actions, the gestures paid justice to this part, which is the engaging humor. Well, keep that amazing delivery going on for the audience. It was really humorous and with great message of you trying hard to finish that marathon. Okay.
Thank you so much, Subhash. Now it is time to call upon the second part of my crew, the tag team and the Bluff Master. First of all, let us start with the timer. Please help me welcome the timer of the meeting, Bright Heart, Abhishek Mishra.
Am I audible? Hey, thanks everyone. So I want to present the evaluation for the time. For our today meeting, we have around 2 people who have exceeded from their time. Like for the table topics, Subhash exceeded by spoke for about 2 minutes and 45 seconds, and also Twinshul, he spoke for around 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Now I will be presenting the individual time count. For Sarthak Das, it was 3 minutes and 30 seconds. For Arundhati Basu, it was 6 minutes and 20 seconds. For Samarpit, it is 5 minutes and 35 seconds. For Pranjal, the first speaker of the day, it is 6 minutes and 44 seconds. For Ishan Shetty, it is 4 minutes and 53 seconds. And for the third speaker, Arna Gupta, it is 7 minutes and 15 seconds. Now, for the evaluator, Neville Shah, he took 3 minutes exactly. For Varsha Yadav, she took 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And for Subhash Chandra, he took 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Now, quickly, I want to present for the table topic masters also. For Pragati, it is 1 minute and 8 seconds. For Subhas, I think we have already presented 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Twinshul, 2 minutes 50 seconds, and Money, it's 2 minutes 19 seconds. With that, I complete my evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. Now it is time to call upon the R counter of the meeting on the stage. Please give a round hands of applause for Tarun Joseph.
Good evening, everyone. I'm back with the R counters report for the day, for the meeting. For meeting number 9, we have had a bunch of spectacular speakers, a bunch of people who did contribute a lot to the R counters target, as well as a few people who have flawlessly executed with minimal to no usage of the crush words. So moving on to the TMOD of the day, Sampreet. You have used, where is Sampreet? Yeah, you've used us quite several times. I understand that your stage time is also on a higher note, so keep it. This is something that perhaps you could keep a check on. Another one would be Ishan as well, but it was not as the usage of ours did not cloud the message that you were trying to convey, so it was still okay, but you still would like to keep a tab on that. And this is also true for Arna. Apart from that, Arna, you also use this repetitive word this quite often. So that's something that you would like to minimize moving forward. And moving on to the evaluator section, Varsha, you also used quite a few times. There were a bunch of repetitive words, that is sometimes and this, that you probably need to keep a tab on. The other ones include table topic to master Raffle. You had quite a few pauses that you need to be mindful of. And for table topic speakers, Pragati, you had a few crutch words like namely so and like, but it wasn't as invasive to the message that you were trying to deliver. And for table topic speaker, Subhash, you would use and as a repetitive word, and quite a few times R did come into the picture as well. For Twinshul, the word like was used quite a lot. So you want to keep a tab on that. For money, there was one such instance of repetitive usage of the word the. You would like to use it whenever it is needed, ideally. For the remaining speakers, including the role takers like Sarthak, Arundhati, Angel, Pranjal, and the evaluators, Neville, you guys were pretty much close to being flawless when it comes to the usage of our words. So thank you so much for your contributions and your for the time that that you got to contribute to the audience. With this, I wrap up my report, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Tarun. Now it is time to call upon the last member of our crew, Toastmaster Ruchi Jain. Sorry. I missed it was a test of your active listening. Raffle. I just learned it from Arundhati, guys. Please help me welcome the grammarian or the editor of today's meeting, Toastmaster Usha Kumari.
So I'm back with the reports. I'm back with the reports. As you all know how important the script, the language is for any movie. So let's get into and see what is the room for improvement that we have today, and what were some good usage of language that was done today. So first of all, let me give you the count of the speakers who have used the word of the day today. We had in total 5 members who've used the word of the day. Raful used it twice. Pranjal used it once. Neville used it once. Abhishek once. And the winner, Arna, used it for 5 times. Some great vocabulary I could notice in Pranjal's speech. Really good words there. Lot of words like crossfire. There was no cracks inside, tiptoeing. Some great usage of language there. Arundhati, it almost ran in our DNA. Neville used a very good sentence with some humor in his purpose of today's speech is to give a speech with a purpose. So that was good. Some words like enforced, gestures, and some phrase like rekindled. My passion for dance kept me hooked. Some good usage of words. Arna used it, flooded in pink. Carrying old feelings is just like running with both your legs in a sack. That was really nice. Coming to some room for improvements. Someone used laugh from inside. We could use something like laugh wholeheartedly. and paid 1,000 rupees. You could say paid 1,000 rupees. Making the movie making or making movie. Stand on shoulder level, that could have been rephrased as stand with your legs wide open, making sure your legs are aligned with your shoulder. Okay. Some words like, adamant. One more sentence. I'll take you guys back 16 years. It could have been rephrased as, I'll take you guys 16 years back. I think that's it for my report for today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Usha. Now it is time to call someone who will be testing your active listening skills, just like I did it a while ago. Please help me welcome Bluff Master Ruchi Jain on stage.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
I'm back. I know you were waiting.
Yes.
So, I will be quoting some tidbits of each speaker who has come at different times and spoke today. And you have to tell whether the statement is true or false. I request the audience to only let the person who I select speak and do not interfere in between. Now, the most important part. The reward for answering right is the profound happiness you will find within yourself for listening actively. With that, let's begin. Let's begin with our guest. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. Vanilla. Our presiding officer, Arundhati, true or false? She said, Angel started her general evaluation journey the exuberant way. Yes, it is false. She said the right way. TMOD Sampreet, next. This question is for Pragati. TMOD Sampreet said, prepared speeches is like an Oscar movie where speakers deliver speeches walking on a red carpet. True or false? Yes. Next, TMOD Sampreet said, this is a question for you. Vegans, after watching a movie on vegetables have emotion, cannot eat tomato salad. True or false? Yes, it is potato salad. Next, speaker 1, Pranjal, she said, with empathy and action, we can heal. True or false? This is for Varsha. Action. Yes, that's true. That's correct. Speaker number 2, Ishan. This Friday morning, I contacted Arundhati that I cannot attend my speech. Priyansh, true or false? Which day he contacted? Speaker number 3, Arna. This is for Rahul. Yes. I procrastinated for 3 weeks out of 4 weeks I had for preparation. True or false? False. Yes. How many weeks we procrastinated for? 2 weeks. That's right. Okay. Last one for the evening. Ye Jawani Hai Diwani is the favorite movie of Raffle. True or false? Money. Which is the favorite movie? Yes, that's right. That's all from my side. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Ruchi. Guys, a little disclaimer. 3 of the people of my crew were debutants. The timer, the R counter, and the grammarian. So huge round of applause for them. Now coming to my report, I'll be just timer how much time do I? Okay, I'll I'll be quick. I'll start with the table topic section. Then I'll go to the tag team, then the speakers, and essay and the PO. So coming to our table topic master, Raffle, I loved your topics. They were easy, and how you incorporated the theme throughout your segment, your introduction, and in the topics, plus the twist of the wild card, having to, the speaker let someone else. So it was very innovative and something I was seeing for the first time. Well done on that. Just a small nitpick. I felt that for a couple of speakers, you missed the active listening part, making a comment. You just said, thank you so much. So maybe be a little more mindful of making the speaker that you heard them, feel you heard them. Otherwise, loved your segment. Coming to the first table topic speaker, Pragati. Pragati, I loved your opening and energy, the enthusiasm you had. Imagine Brad Pitt, imagine George Clooney. I started imagining and getting excited about it. Well done on that. And the reason you explained for your favorite movie, just a little point of improvement. If you could have generalized the call to your conclusion for the audience, ended it on a call to action, like, guys, even if you can't rob a bank, I challenge you to watch this movie at least. You will get the same thrill. Something like that would have given audience something to remember by. Now, coming to the speaker number 2, Subhash. Subhash, I loved how you explained the technicalities, complexities behind the making of each scene of your favorite movies. I had never thought about it. It was fresh and a learning experience for me at the same time. Just a small challenge I have for you. Since it was which movie scene you would select or which movie you would select, you gave example of 2 movies. Choose one. So that way, we know why exactly you like that scene. Just the complexity makes it a little generalized. Coming to our table topic, speaker 3, Twinshu, you are a part of Toastmasters? No? You sounded very confident. So very well done on that. I loved how you drove straight into the topic. You like comedy, then you like these movies. And then you entered a story as well as a bonus. So well done on that. Keep coming on stage. Coming to the 4th table topic speaker, Money. You started with a question, that too an entertaining one. Same movie for dad, grandfather, kid. Well done on that. Your relatability was on point. That how an over-controlling father and a boy falling in love. Just a minor feedback I have for you. Why was it your favorite movie? Did this story help you get the girl of your life or something like that? So the little personalization could have helped us understand your perspective even more. Now coming to the tag team, my crew, my debutants. Timer, Abhishek. First of all, I love the way all of them incorporated the theme today, guys. Don't you all agree? Yes. So effortlessly done. And even Anna liked it. So that's good job, guys. Abhishek, I loved your humor, every performance, aka speech, very subtly done, very well done. You had all the rules on point. Just a minor, it's not a challenge. I saw that you said that Twinshu got disqualified, and then you said his timing was 290. Created a little amount of confusion. Nothing to work on, just general evaluation. Coming to our first timer, our counter, Tarun Joseph, whose name now I have memorized, guys. I loved how you explained the whole CRPF. Very well done on that. You wonderfully incorporated the theme as well. Just a minor feedback would be to quantify the CRPF words, tell which word they were using. why I'm saying that? Because it helps me. If I use 10 hours in my previous meeting, I can see if I have improved to 7 hours in my next meeting. Coming to the grammarian, Usha Kumari, you ticked all the check boxes as well. Word of the day was easy to use. And you also incorporated the theme. No major feedback for you. Well done. Coming to our bluff master, Ruchi Jain, I loved your energy. I loved your humor. I felt the questions were really, really interesting and just had a subtle humor within it. Like you just said the question and we laughed. And I also loved the way you interacted with the audience when they gave the a comment. Well done on that. Now, quickly coming to the evaluator number 1, Neville. I love the intro. I love the creativity you added with the whole title. I don't know how you did that. Very well done. Coming to your challenges, the way you presented your report, I felt that I was missing some points. If you could have just bulleted it like the first highlight, S, smile. Second highlight, M, message. That way I could have recollected it or followed it better. Otherwise, very well done. Coming to my speaker number 1, Pranjal Anand. Yes, I felt that it was a very difficult as well as a personal story, something that is close to your heart, as well as relatable. Coming very well done on that. It was inspiring and made all of us aware on what we can do. Just a minor challenge I have for you is that I felt that your pace was higher when you started. It took me a while to catch your pace. So next time onwards, whenever you come on stage, try to start a little slower, maybe something with a question or something else so that audience can be on board with you. Coming to the evaluator number 2, Varsha Yadav. I love the way you talked about highlights. I agreed with most of your points. I loved you ticked all check boxes as well. Just a small feedback that try concluding, giving a summary to your entire evaluation. Coming to the second speaker, Ishan. Ishan, just one thing. If this is your impromptu speech, I don't know what your prepared one would look like. And if you keep showing up for the next 6 years, I don't know what would come out. Very well done. Thank you for showing up and make me learn that message. Coming to your challenges, I felt that you were walking and talking. Just for whatever role you take up next, try standing so that you become more aware of your stage movement in the subsequent roles. Coming to the evaluator number 3, Subhash. Subhash, your feedback was a lot detailed. I liked how you went into the nitpicks. Just a small challenge I have for you is when you said that you felt expressions were missing in the conclusion, just give an example where exactly she could have used what expression that you felt was missing. Coming to speaker number 3, Arna. Arna, I loved your relatability that you had throughout, that relatability of regrets, the relatability of sleeping and then thinking about things. And I'll just a normal small feedback I have for you is you could have added instances of vocal variety, introducing while I felt you were experimenting with body language, like just vocal variety, like at 5 kilometers, I was tired and show that tired voice. At 7 kilometers, how much of I was slow, make a voice slow. That way you can experiment with your vocal variety as well. Coming to the essay now. Sarthak. Sarthak, the meeting started dot at time, 4 o'clock. Well done. I love the game you had left side, right side. I felt the audience was a little distracted before that. And the way you said, okay, someone from when it is the time of right side, left is okay, pay attention. I think you grabbed our attention with the activity you did. Very well done on that. Just a small feedback I have for you. When you were giving this Toastmasters introduction or even the introduction for Arundhati, you were looking down and it was a long introduction. So when you are the first person on stage, we would like you to address the audience. Either make the introduction smaller or memorize it and talk a little more and talk to the audience. Arundhati, the presiding officer, I love the check of attention you had the Saturday, Sunday. I still don't know whether it was intentional or a mistake. Okay. Suspense. You made the guests feel welcome, your incorporation of theme, and you gave a very encouraging and warm welcome of the Toastmaster of the day. I feel that he must have felt a lot hyped up. I don't have any major, I wrote gavel, guys, and then she saw it there, I think. I'm kidding. You were wonderful. Now coming to the Toastmaster of the day, the hero of our movie, Sampreet. Sampreet, I love the theme first of all. Your passion for movies were infectious, and it was a theme that everyone got excited about. When you talked about my favorite movie, I got excited about. Well done on that, and loved your audience engagement and that. I don't know. I won't try the dance step you did. Your humor also was very well done. In interest of time, I'll talk to you about it later. For challenges, just I felt that you were, looking down at times. You said something and then you would look down. So I felt that it is something that you could work on, that is not looking down and facing the audience all times. Overall, well done. I thoroughly enjoyed today's theme, and a great big reason for that is you. That is the end of my report, guys. Now it is time. Now it is time for you to vote for your favorite evaluators, your favorite auxiliary role takers, and your favorite table topic speakers. So open your phones, write, and your favorite web browser, and type bit.ly/BHTM vote 2. $30 more, guys. Okay, time's up. With that, please help me welcome the presiding officer of today's meeting, Toastmaster Arundhati Bas.
I love how it started slowly with table topic speaker, and by the time we reached prepared speeches, it was in shut up these profound feedback from the general evaluator. Thank you very much for that. While our tally counter here is tallying the results for today, thank you, I would like to call upon some feedback from our guests. So let me start off with you, Twinshu, if you would like to share how you liked today's meeting. Yes, Twinshu.
Hey, good evening once again. So today's meeting was good. Like I liked the theme as well. Though I watch a lot of movies, but I don't remember any dialogues, any songs, any actors. But it was good. Like even I just memorized all kind of some good profound movies as well. So this is good experience, and I appreciate evaluator as well as this tag team for their profound expectations. So yeah, it was good. Even I learned today a lot. So good on that, and thanks. Good experience.
Thank you so much, Twinshu. Looks like it's a very profound meeting where it is being, the word of the day is used so many times, especially by guests. But I must say, Twinshu probably doesn't watch it once, but he watches it twice. That was on an earlier day for the next day's movie. Let me ask Vanilla, any feedback from your end? Oh, wow.
Sorry for taking too long to travel. Short like
Okay, that felt like Silk Board Junction. Go ahead.
Okay. So firstly, I loved my first experience. I thought Toastmasters is boring, but my whole POV changed today. And one reason is thanks to you for making me feel welcomed. And I see that my friend, when I was shared the agenda, I thought he's gonna have a 10-minute intro and then that's it. But I think he played a profound role today in engaging everyone of us. Totally loved the experience. I thought I'd be only entertained by him, but everyone, Ruchi and Arna, a lot of others, I don't remember the names, sorry, but everyone made me feel great about Toastmasters.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vanilla. First thing is, of course, Toastmasters cannot be boring because you're at Bright Hearts Toastmasters. It's a lot of fun. And then, yeah, it's okay if you've not taken others' names as long as you've taken Arna's name. It's very important. Should have asked you after the meeting. And Sampreet for sure is our hero today. So, yes, I'm glad that you liked it. But please do keep coming. It was lovely to have you. On that note, quick announcement before we move on to the results. So, we have Elevate 8, which is coming up. That would be the longest speech marathon of Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club, which is 8 speeches on December 8th. So everybody is more than welcome to come join us. And for all the speakers, please start preparing. That's the only message. Very nice. So on that note, let's move on to... I'm just seeing. Okay. Very profound name, shall we say? Okay, let me leave that here. If I get any of the names wrong, Roful will correct me, he promised. So today, by the way, the word of the day, highest count so far was 15. Today, I'm sure we've surpassed it by margins. So give it up for our grammarian. Well done. Okay, let's get started. First up, best auxiliary role player. Just echoing what our general evaluator said, we had 3 debutants today, which was all 3 new members that also in Abhishek, Tarun and Usha. And I think they did a brilliant job. But today, the bluff master has bluffed it all. So the winner is Toastmaster Ruti Bell. I'll also do some bluffing, certificate later, so that I can applaud, you know. All right, next up, we had the best table topic speaker, and the winner is Toastmaster Pragati Ganapati. Congratulations. I think the minute Pragati started, she won half the battle. So that was a brilliant start. And this is why, Pragati, you had to come more often. You might not find Brad Pitt, but we have a lot of handsome men. So yeah, please do. And otherwise, Ruchi might ask you true or false. But Ruchi, I think that segment was brilliant. Right, next up, we have the best evaluator. And my God, this man never stops winning. The winner is Toastmaster Neville Shah. Neville was the first one to raise his hand when we opened up the evaluation slot, and he was so confident about it, which reflected Neville, so well done. I think right from the contest, you've been very serious about evaluation. It was a great speech by Pranjal and very well done. I loved how you enacted Pranjal's mischievous brother. Felt to me that was a part of you. It was Neville's child. That's what won you the prize, but very well done. Let's hear up for Neville. And also a huge thank you to Varsha and Subhash for coming in. I think you all did fab with the evaluations. Moving on to the best role player. So the best role player today is nothing short of a train journey because that's how the pace varied. The winner is Toastmaster Angel Goel. I told you at the very beginning that you started it the right way. The results, of course, showed up there. Angel, I think all the points you made, your appreciation for all the role players and speakers, very genuine. So when Angel said, I also liked it, you feel like it's a friend who told you that. So very well done. And huge congratulations to Sampreet. I mean, Sampreet, when he watched those movies, all the frustrations, he took it out today. Like, what about Bachelors? And Raffle, great job done with the chits. So very, very well done there. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, best speaker for the evening. And the winner is Toastmaster Pranjal Anand. Pranjal, she gave an expression as if she was surprised. Had she not won, she would have checked the results later. That was, Pranjal, you're doing very well with the theme. No, but all jokes apart, I think that was a fabulous speech, Pranjal. Your passion towards the topic, it absolutely came out in your speech. And it's not easy to talk about any side which is tough for us to share, which has been a tough phase of our life, but you did it so gracefully. So very, very well done. And I'm sure you've made people aware. So on that note, I'm not going to bluff it like Ruchi anymore. So here are the certificates. There you go. Neville, that's yours. Pragati, that's yours. Very nice alternates. Angel, haven't forgotten you at all. All right, now, please listen to the director. Oh, I have to come to the middle. Neville, which leg am I not stamping? Yes. Are we all in frame? Very nice. Oh, close. Yeah, I don't bite. Yeah, a little bit of Akshay has rubbed off on our. Thank you. Many congratulations to all the winners once more. I didn't close the meeting. Abhishek and Subhash, where are you all going? Angel might give me a feedback after the meeting. Anyways, apologies, we overran a couple of minutes, but we're working on the agenda. We have 3 speakers now, growing pretty strong. So we are ensuring that we get on time. Very nice. So on that note, I hereby close meeting number 9 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters. End meeting, yes. Requesting everybody to grab a photograph